Oh, hello, good day, and good dag, or good evening, good night. I am Braggy from Northworthy Sagas and Stories, and today I have an Icelandic folktale for you, and it is called The Neckbone on the Knife. Now, you've already seen a version of this tale from Egil Thorson, the great Viking warrior and poet and runecaster, and you can see that story in this card up there, and I urge you after this video to go and watch it. Now, our story revolves around a widow, and she was very rich. She lived in the north of Iceland, and she had a small farmstead with a nice big long house, and she had some outbuildings. There was a forge, and she had some animals and some grazing land. And well, one day she was in a longhouse doing some work, and already this widow had been proposed to by many of her neighbours who wanted to marry her, for she was very wealthy and had a lot of land. And one of her neighbours wanted to marry her desperately, and he was a wizard. Well, she was out in the long house preparing some rations one day, cooking some food, and she got some black pudding, of which I particularly like black pudding fried with bacon. And she had a knife, and she was slicing the black pudding into slices so that it could be fried on a skillet, on the fire, on the hearth. And down the corridor of the longhouse, well, she saw this black shadow, and she was very scared of this. She did not know what it was, but she knew, well, she knew it was a ghost. Well, she was a very wise woman, and she had second sight, so many people said. And she saw this black spirit, this ghost, and it kept on trying to get around her, kept on trying to go round the back, round the side, for it is a very well known fact that spirits that are evil and bad never attack somebody in the front, but always at the back. And she was still chopping the black pudding, but getting very scared, for this black ghost was getting closer. But on the black spirit, the ghost, she saw a white mark, and she thought this was very strange. And she had heard about such stories sitting round the hearth about ghosts, and she knew that trying to attack the ghost with a knife would not work. But in the end, she kept seeing this white mark, and she got her knife out, and she very quickly stabbed this white mark, and very suddenly the ghost and the knife, well, both disappeared. She was very fond of that knife. Well, the next morning came, as in those days people woke up with the dawn, for they had work to do. And she went outside the longhouse, and what did she see on the grass but her knife? Yes, she did. And on the end of the knife was a vertebrae, a part of a man's spine. Well, she thought this very strange, and no more did she have any trouble with that ghost, and the ghost was never seen again. No, it was not. And she continued to live a happy and long life as a widow on a farm. And that is the end of this folk tale from Iceland, the land of ice and fire and giants. Now, if you'd like Icelandic folk tales, I do, I think they're brilliant. as well as all folk tales. I urge you to go and check out a folk tale called Bukolla, one of my favourites, about a boy and a giant and a magical cow. Moo! I'll put that in a card up there for you. Please go and check out that folk tale. And if you want to go and check out some more folk tales, Nordic folk tales of the Norse, then I also urge you to check out the Nordic folktale playlist. Watch more Nordic folktales here. So, as always, I'm your host, Braggy. I urge you to leave a comment. In fact, leave lots of comments. And I'll see you in the next folktale, lesson of history, or the weekly Viking vlog. So, goodbye from me. Thank you for watching. You're totally awesome. Washail.